Hey guys, well, I'm doing another video, and a friend of mine gave me the idea for this, so thank you, Rose. I really appreciate it. I personally believe that these products are totally underrated. I think that they don't get the hype that they deserve. I don't think that I've heard a lot of people talk about them. Um, Personally, some of these products, I'm the only person I have heard talk about. I just, and I'm not giving myself credit. I'm just saying, like, that's why I've called them underrated. I'm not saying I'm the only person that uses them by any means. I'm just saying that that's why I'm calling them underrated, is because I've not heard anybody else talk about them. So, long story short, I just wanted to do a video of underrated products. I was going to keep it at 10. It didn't happen. So let's just get right into it so that I don't talk your ear off, shall we? Okay, so I want to talk about a primer that I love and that I think is underrated. This one is the Revolution Mattifying Niacinamide Priming Drops. These I've not heard anybody else talk about. It doesn't mean that they haven't. I just haven't heard anybody talk about them. I love these drops. They are so good. I haven't used them in a little bit. I need to. I'll pull them out more in the summer. But it comes with a little dropper. So it is actual drops. It's a little milky white texture, and it's perfect for mattifying. It's not a heavy texture on the skin. It just, for me, it does the mattification, and it really helps keep me matte, but also give a little bit of hydration when I put it on. And that's why I love these so much. So I'll definitely be pulling these out in the summer. Spring's coming, summer. So yeah, love these. I think they're wonderful. If you haven't tried them and you're an oily skin type, I totally recommend. I just think they're great. So can't say enough good things about these. The only foundation that I could really think of, and this may not be underrated, I just don't hear a whole lot of hype about it or talk about it, and it's the Essence Pretty Natural foundation. I just don't hear a lot of people talk about this. So I may not be watching the right videos, I don't know, but I think that this is wonderful. I use this all the time. So that's why I think it's wonderful. It's just a great foundation. Even though I am an oily skin type, I feel like I can use this and it will still look good on my skin. It'll give me the coverage that I need. It'll give me hydration. It'll do all those things, because even though I'm oily doesn't mean I don't want to hydrate my skin. It just means I don't want my oils to come through. So that's where powder for me comes in. But I just really love this foundation. I think it's great. It's super affordable. And that's another great thing about this one. I couldn't think of a whole lot of foundations that I have tried that I just think are super underrated, because a lot are hit and miss for me. So this one is the only one that really truly stands out that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and I just think it's wonderful. One thing I talk about a lot, and you guys are probably going to roll your eyes when you hear this, but it's the Believe Beauty Lock It In Eyeshadow Primer. I love this stuff, okay? If you're near a Dollar General, you have got to try this. It's $3.50, and it is the best eyeshadow primer I have ever found in my life. I have tried numerous eyeshadow primers. I used MAC Paint Pot today. I didn't like it as well. It's more expensive and I don't like it as well. I would rather use this 10 times over than any other eyeshadow primer I have ever tried. High-end to affordable. This is just the best. So, and it lasts me for a very long time. I like the shade Universal. They have a translucent, they have a universal. I find universal just kind of gives me like a blank canvas to work with. So that's why I go for the universal shade. But I love this, and if they ever quit making it, carrying it, stocking it, I'll be so sad. So if you have a Dollar General next to you, run, don't walk, and pick this up, because I'm telling you, you will love it. When you first use it, you're gonna notice that it's gonna grab onto the pigment of your eyeshadow immediately. So go in with a light hand with your eyeshadow. That's that's the one thing I will say. Go in with a light hand with your eyeshadow, but this is absolutely amazing, and you'll get the most out of your eyeshadows with this. This is a foundation, but it's not, I don't use it as a foundation. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick. And so I got the shade Toffee Caramel. So it is a foundation stick, and of course this is not the shade, this is not my foundation shade, but it has a little point in the middle. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. I'm sure if I read about it I could tell you. But I've never really read and researched what it's for. But it's a lighter shade in the middle, and then the Toffee Caramel on the outer edges. I use this as contour. It is a perfect contour. If you need a drugstore contour, this is the one to this is the one to grab. I'm not sure of the price on this one, but let me tell you, it's so worth it. It will last you forever, especially using it as contour. I love it. I love it so much, and I can't say enough good things about it. So this is a great shade for me, the Toffee Caramel. It's wonderful. So if I don't hear a lot of people, I hear a lot of people talk about Fit Me, okay, a lot of people, the whole Fit Me line, but I don't hear them talk about the foundation stick all that much. And Vanny Strick was the one I heard talk about this, and that she used it as contour, and I picked one up and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so yeah, love it. Can't say enough good things. So let's talk about concealers. Probably this may have been talked about in its heyday, but I don't hear it talked about as much now. It is the Fit Me concealer from Maybelline. I love this. I think it is wonderful. I think it's a great dupe for the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I think it is a perfect dupe, packaging and formula. I love this concealer. It wears beautifully. The only negative I really have to say is not a lot comes out on the doe foot, and it's a small doe foot. So I would prefer a little bit of a larger doe foot. But other than that, I think this concealer is amazing, and I totally think that you should try it if you're so inclined. I can't say enough good things about it. I think it's one that gives me great coverage. It brightens my under eye because I do have shade Ivory 05, so it does give me a brightened under eye when I wear it. But I just love the creaminess, and the blendability is just amazing. So this is great. Another drugstore concealer I love is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito. One of the best concealers at the drugstore, and of course the best concealer that Wet n Wild has. I can talk. I just love their concealer. I think it's amazing. I love this doe foot. So it's not huge, but it's like a paddle doe foot, and it's perfect. So it just is perfect for under the eyes. I have two shades, but this is the shade I've been using a lot lately, and it's light beige. So still get a brightened under eye with this, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful on the skin, blends beautifully. I think it's a high medium. I call it full coverage. A lot of people call it medium. I think it's a very high medium full coverage concealer. Same with this. I think it's full coverage. I really love both of those. I think I can't say enough good things. One last drugstore concealer, the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I don't hear a whole lot of people talk about this, and if they do, I apologize. If any of these are like raved about, and I just feel that they're underrated. The Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer is amazing. This is creamy. The blendability is absolutely amazing. This, when I used it, I was like, holy cow, why have I waited so long to try this? It is amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. I truly, truly can't. It's just so good. The creaminess of this product is unmatched at the drugstore. I just really love it. And I love these other two concealers I talked about, but this one, if I had to pick out of all of them, it might be this one. Just because I love it so much. And I do have the shade Light Nude. It is a lightened under eye for me. I still like a lightened under eye. Some people don't, but that's just the shade that I wear, and I really enjoy that concealer. Now, this one definitely is underrated. I don't hear hardly anyone talk about it, and I rave about it all the time, and you guys have probably heard me talk about it. It's the Kimchi The Most Concealer. This concealer is absolutely incredible. It is so good. I love this concealer. When I first got it, I didn't like it as much because the packaging, it has like this brush, so you have to like squeeze up the product. See, like the product's there, and then brush it on, and I just didn't like it. I was turned off by that, so I didn't use it for the longest time, and I was like, it's okay, it's okay. Well, when I finally got past that and just started using it, I fell in love. This is light beige is the shade I have. Oh my gosh, and I have quite a bit left, actually. I thought I was running low, but I actually have quite a bit. But I like to mix this with my Rare Beauty concealer. I don't know, there's just like a really good mixture of the two that it just works perfectly. However, I don't need to mix it. This works beautifully on its own, and it's perfect by itself, so there's no need to mix it. I just do that a lot. But this really does. It says it conceals, covers, corrects, and contours. So you know, you can get like a deeper shade to contour, all those good things. This is perfect. He has like tons of shades in this, and he has color correcting shades, so if you need color correcting, he has it. And of course, he has lightest to deepest. He has a really good shade range, so that's another reason I love it so much. And so yeah, I just love it, love it, love it. He has a new foundation, and I've done my hardest. I've tried really, really hard not to purchase a lot of new makeup lately. I may have to bend and just and buy that. I really wanted to try it. Sorry if you hear my heater. I had to turn it on. I'm freezing to death. So let's talk about this. This is the Soul Body Face and Body Bronzing Balm. If I can read. This is the light shade. So this is a huge container. Okay, this is 31 grams. So I made a nice little dent in this, and I love it. So I use it for bronzer on my face. I don't use it for my body. I use it on my face, and it is absolutely perfect. So I don't hear a lot of people talk about this, but I think that this is like so good. It's almost better than some high-end bronzers that are very similar, but I prefer this. I reach for this all the time. I think it is so good. It just blends perfectly. I love the shade for me. I said light, right? Is my shade. Light is my shade. But I love it so much. I think it is just beautiful. It has a beautiful texture to it, and I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. So if you're looking for a great affordable cream contour, I say contour, I mean bronzer. If you're looking for a good one, look no further. This has got you covered. I really love it. I think that it is so good, and I can't say enough good things about it. So speaking of Kimchi, let's talk about his bronzer. I love his bronzer. When I first got it, this is the Thaler bronzer, and it's in the shade I Went to Malibu. When I first got it, I was like, oh, that's too warm for me. No, it's not. I think this may be the lightest shade, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like the perfect bronzing shade for me. I love it so very much. I have made my little dent in the pan. The little kimchi impression is almost non-existent. I love this bronzer. It is so beautiful on the skin. It blends perfectly. Like, I don't feel like it's splotchy or choppy or anything like that. I feel like it is a beautiful bronzer. I love it so much. The packaging is absolutely adorable. It's a little heart. I love cute packaging too. And it has a mirror in here as well. But this is a beautiful bronzer, and I love it so much. Kimchi has so many good things, and I'm going to talk about one more thing in a second, but I really love this and cannot say enough good things about it. So definitely check it out if you get the chance. Another really great bronzer is the Revlon Skin Lights bronzer. I talk about this all the time. I don't know, I've not heard a lot of people talk about it, and if they are, I apologize, but I have the Prismatic bronzer in the shade Sunlit Glow. So I've made a really good dip into it. Do you see like these little squares forming? Okay, that's like the bottom of the pan. That's the indentation of the bottom of the pan that's starting to come up. So I'm really getting into this bronzer. Like, I've really made a huge dent into it. It's that good. It does have a sheen to it. It's not glittery or anything like that, but it does have a sheen, and it is absolutely beautiful on the skin. I love it. No, this one is completely matte. Kimchi is matte. This one does have that sheen, but I like that in a bronzer. I don't have a problem with that. But some people prefer matte. I just really love this. I think it's so beautiful. Again, a good shade for me. It's just so good. It's really that good. When I found this, I was so excited that it just it blends beautifully, looks great on the skin. All the things. I love it so very much. So can't say enough good things about this one either. Juvia's Place, the Bronze Light palette. I love this palette. Okay, so there's two bronzers in here and a mirror, so you get like a more bronzy shade and a contour shade. And again, this is the light. They have different ones. I'm not sure how many different shades they have, but you get two different ones in here. And I love this. And I, instead of like doing a bronze and then a contour, or a contour and bronze, I just end up mixing these two and putting them on the skin, and they look gorgeous together. And I just love it. And I love that it has a mirror and it's perfect, and there's absolutely no kick up in this. As many times as I've used it, there's no kick up in the pan, so I don't feel like I'm losing product when I do dip into it. It's so gorgeous. I love, love, love this one. You can get it at Ulta, so I highly recommend. I think it's gorgeous, and they have a pretty good shade range on this too, especially when you're getting two in one. You can kind of customize your shade even when you have a light. So you could use this, or the combination of the two, and I just end up combining them. Something that I got turned on to. Who did I learn it from? I didn't find this alone. I found it from a YouTuber, but still not talked about enough. But the Ulta Beauty 3-in-1 cheek palette. This is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, if you are a quick hurry up and get ready girl, this is gonna be your best friend. So I love having the 3-in-1. My perfect shade, I have two different shades in this. The one that I love the most is Santorini Sun. That's this one here. I just find that this is the one that works out good for me, so I love it so much. So you have this marbled bronzer, so this does have a sheen to it. You have a matte blush, which is like a plummy mauve, and then you have this beautiful highlighter. Absolutely, I love every shade in here, so that's why I think I really go for this one more. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. This really reminds me a lot of my Hourglass bronzer, not blush. It reminds me a lot of my Hourglass bronzer, the texture and how it looks on the skin. So it does have that sheen to it, but it's still absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. I love the matte blush along with that highlighter. So when I am doing a one and done look, what I usually do is I put on like foundation, concealer, powder, then I would take this, put my bronzer, my blush, my highlight, and the bronzer in the crease of my eye, and this is like all I need, you know. So that's why I love it so much. But these are so affordable to have the 3-in-1. It's absolutely great. And again, I think I have California Sunlight. So here's California Sunlight. It's a bit different. This is a marbled blush, and it's a bit different on the skin. I know it looks very similar. It looks similar, but I promise you they are different. I just prefer this one. I just like this one. This was my first one, so it's the one I use the most and love the most. But they're both great. I don't have anything negative to say about them. This is just my preferred one, Santorini Sun. And then I don't hear these talked about a lot either, but these are the blushes from Essence. So I only have 2 shades, Bespoke and Befitting. So I have 10 and 20 is the numbers. So this one is Befitting, which is a nice mauve tone, which is beautiful. I love this so much. It's gorgeous on the skin. This is a matte blush, and it looks gorgeous. It wears beautifully, has wonderful pigment. I think that this is absolutely hands down the best blush at the drugstore. I'll go ahead and say it. Now this one is probably my favorite shade. This is the Bespoke shade, and yes, it looks kind of like a bronzer shade, right? But it's a beautiful, beautiful blush. I just love it because it's like a very warm, every time I open it, I have to stop myself from putting it on my face because I just love it that much. But this does have a sheen to it. I don't know if you can see the sheen, but this one does have a sheen. But I love them. These are like $3. So the best blushes at the drugstore. They last, they look beautiful. They're perfect. So for powders, Kimchi. I talk about this one all the time. It's called the Puff Puff Pass powder. I don't know all about that, but that's what they call it. But this is a wonderful setting powder. I love it. I have the banana shade. I have like used half of this one, and this is my second one, so I've already went through one. For me to go through a whole product is a huge thing. Powder I go through quite a bit, but I love a lot of different powders. This is one I'm pretty faithful to though. I always come back to this one. I just love it. It's a beautiful powder. It's very nicely milled, finely milled, and it just looks beautiful on the skin. I just love this so much. It's beautiful. I can't say enough good things, and it's a very nice size powder. Okay, I just had a little bit of a power outage I had to deal with. Okay. So this is the normal e.l.f. setting powder. This is the Kimchi. So this doesn't have a normal weight on it, but they're pretty different in size. So I really love the Kimchi. Love it, so good. Can't say enough good things about it. While we're talking about setting powder, let's talk about Jason Wu. The Jason Wu Ready Set Matte. I love this. I just happened upon it because Tati compared this to the Huda Beauty setting powder, like the texture of it, and I completely have to agree. I have to agree that the textures on these are very similar. So they're beautiful. I love this powder. I love that it's a matte powder. I love all the things about this. This is another big powder too. So many good things about this one. Can't say enough good things. I think this one's 18, and I think the Kimchi is also 18. So mascaras, I think that this is an underrated mascara. Nobody talks about this. They talk about the Lash Sensational, but they don't talk about the Lash Sensational Luscious, and I think that this is an amazing mascara. So this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious. I love it. I love the wand. I think it is absolutely great wand. It's perfect. I love how it makes my lashes look. I love the separation. I love everything about this mascara. I think it is great. I think it's a wonderful one from the drugstore. Between this and the Lash Sensational, which is like the pink tube, I would choose this one. So I just love this. I think that it just makes my lashes look better. The pink tube makes them a little bit more clumpy, and it has like the curved one, like Roller Lash does. It has that curved one, and so you would think I would like that one better, but no, I actually like this one and prefer this one better. So just love it. I think it's great. Wonderful. Another mascara I love, most of the stuff is from the drugstore if you can tell, is the Milani Dangerous Lengths. I think this is a great mascara. I don't hear enough people talk about this. It has a very unique wand. It's kind of spiky, but it is like a regular bristled wand, and I think that this is a great mascara. It makes my lashes look really great. It does great things. It gives me great length, but it also, I find that I have great volume with this as well. So love this. Can't say enough good things. I talk about this all the time, but let's talk about it again. The Oma by Sharon C 1 and Done 2-in-1 Brow Styler. I love this. I don't really particularly like the pencil. It's kind of, oops, I just broke it. It's kind of dry. It's not my favorite. I mean, if I like this was the only brow pencil I had, I could make it work, but it's not my favorite. So that's not my favorite part of it. It's the brow gel. This brow gel is probably my favorite brow gel in the world. I love this so very much. I definitely could not do without this. This is so good. So yes, I'll buy the 2-in-1 just to get the brow gel, and I'll continue. So this is definitely underrated. I don't hear enough people talk about this. The Oma brand, like the high-end Oma brand that's sold at Ulta, everybody raves about all their products, but I never hear a lot of hype about the Oma by Sharon C. And that's at Walmart. So this is like $8 at Walmart. You need to try it. You need to fall in love like I have. It holds your brows in place. They don't move. And I think it's amazing. So definitely try this out. Another great brow gel that I think is underrated is the Revolution the Revolution Brow Gel. I just think it's the Revolution Brow Gel. I think this might have been the one with the cannabis sativa or whatever. But it has a small wand on there. It's more like a liquid. It almost gives you like microbladed brows when you wear this. But my brows stay in place and I love it. This is so good. It's a very affordable brand. I love all the things. So I love the ash brown color right now for the hair color I have going on. And I also have shade 2 in Oma. I didn't say that, but yeah, this is a great brow gel, so definitely check this one out. You guys will not be surprised by this, but they don't get talked about enough, so I'm going to talk about them again. The Juvia's Place liners. These are not hyped up enough. They're amazing. If you haven't tried these, what are you waiting on? I'm telling you, your life will be forever changed. The only complaint I have about them is there's not enough shades. Like, I need more nudes. But the Sweet Nothing liner is probably my favorite. They are retractable. I love them all, but the Sweet Nothing liner I have, and then I have Love Me and Lush. So I have all three of those. I have another Sweet Nothing, but I need some more nude lip liners. So, and they have some deeper nudes. I just need some more nudes. So I'm waiting on that, but hopefully one day we will get that. I just love these lip liners. They're creamy, they're beautiful, amazing, spectacular, all the things. And they're just so good, and you can't go wrong with these. These are definitely my favorite lip liners that are affordable. My favorite lip liners, period. So I have a couple eyeliners to talk about. The NYX Epic Wear liners. I don't hear these really talked about. I don't know if people do, but I've not heard about them. So any of them have been really good. I have the Periwinkle Pop and All Time Olive, and I also have the, where did it go? I have 5. I know I have a problem. So here, ignore this, but here, these 5, I have All Time Olive, Periwinkle Pop, Gilded Taupe, Rose Gold. That lightest one is Rose Gold. And then the one I probably wear the most is Deepest Brown, this one here. So beautiful. I love these. They're so creamy. They stay in the waterline. They don't budge. You can't go wrong with these. I think they're like $8. So yes, love all of these. The All Time Olive I used a lot in the green phase that I went through, which I still love green eyeshadow, so I mean, I'll still use it, but I want more colors, so I'll be getting more eventually. But I will use these over ColourPop Cream Gel liners, and I thought the ColourPop Cream Gel were the best. They're not. I have to like rub to get those off. Like, they don't want to just come off. Okay, and I couldn't forget the lipsticks. So the Juvia's Place lipsticks, they're amazing. I love them. They're truly some of my favorites. They have such a creamy texture and formula. I can't say enough good things. I say that a lot, right? But truly, I love them. I just really do. When I found them, I found a gem, and can't can't tell you guys enough just how much I love them. So I'm swatching. Hold on. So here's what they look like. A very nice soft matte, but they don't feel drying on the lips at all. I will take these over the Milani matte lipsticks that everybody went crazy over. I take these. Yeah, these are better. So here are the shades from here. We have Chic 2020, Libra, and Mademoiselle. So I have a nude thing. But they feel so good on the lips. They have a little bit of hydration to them, and they're good. They're really, really good. That one kind of stained a little bit. But they're so good. I love these lipsticks. So check them out too. When you check out the liner, check out the lipstick. Okay, I've done everything except eyeshadows, so let's talk about eyeshadows. Dominique Cosmetics. I don't hear enough people talk about Dominique Cosmetics anymore. Maybe like when this Latte palette came out, they were crazy about it, and I don't hear about it anymore. The Latte palette is amazing. I love it. Spectacular, beautiful. This green shade I need to use on my eyes. They're just beautiful. There's so many good things in here. Personally, I think I might be drawn to this one, and I almost probably said the exact opposite the last time I talked about them, but I really love this. I was just watching a video. I was going back through my videos to find some rankings, and I saw a video where I had to use this palette, and I was like, oh, I need to use that palette again. So yeah, definitely need to use this one again. Love it so very much. Her formula is so good. Can't say enough good things about Dominique. And then let's talk about Laura Lee Los Angeles. I love Laura Lee Los Angeles. These are not eyeshadows, but they're still amazing, and I still wanted to just talk about it just a second. Her lit kits are amazing. This one is the lighter one. This is the Glaze lit kit, the one that I use the most. And these are all highlighters, of course. These deeper ones I can use as like eyeshadows. So beautiful. Just, I can't say enough good things. I think they're beautiful. Then here's the bronzed. I have it because I got a mystery bag, and this was in there. So again, I can use these as eyeshadows. So beautiful. The formula is amazing. It's almost like a wet texture. You can see my fingerprint in there. But yeah, it's that good. It's that good. And then her eyeshadows are so good. So this was my first palette, which was her Nudie Patootie. So beautiful. I love this palette. I have a beautiful look with some of these coral tones. I love it so very much. Great palette. Then I think I got this one next. Nudie number 2. I love this palette. I talk about this palette a lot, but I truly love this palette so much. There's so many good things in this palette. Oh, so good. I didn't know, like in the beginning, I was like, why did they put that random shade in there? This shade is perfect for all these looks. You need it. I use it a lot. So yes, this is a perfect palette. And then I even love this palette, believe it or not. This is the Candy Skies palette she did with her niece. And it is the pastel palette, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I did a look with this, and oh my gosh, I did an all matte pastel look, and I'm proud of that look because that is completely outside my comfort zone. I don't usually do that. And it turned out really pretty. So but yes, this is a beautiful palette. I need to play with it, especially now that it's spring. I need to do another look with this, but it is just so beautiful. Look at this shade Cloudy, and look how multi-chrome it is. So pretty. So pretty. So many good shades in here though, and it smells like candy. It smells so good. But Laura Lee Los Angeles is a completely underrated brand. I don't think people talk about them enough. I think that she deserves so much more hype than she gets. So yes, definitely check out Laura Lee Los Angeles. So I think I'm finally done. A power outage, and here we are. But yes, so those are my underrated products. So I hope you enjoyed. If you like videos like this, let me know. I will try to do some more kind of along these lines. I'm trying to do a little bit more focused on the collection I already have instead of adding to it. I do have a few things that I've actually already ordered, and they're coming, so I will have some new things eventually. I'm not sure when they'll get here, so I can't say soon, but hopefully soon we'll have some new things to play with. But I'm trying to be very conscious of my spending so that I don't spend too much, especially when I have the collection as big as I have. You know, I don't need to overspend and add to it, even though I love it so very much. And I told my husband, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy any more makeup. And he's like, no, don't do that. I know how much you love it. I'm like, no, I really need to really rein it in. So it wasn't even him. It was just me realizing I was spending way too much on things that I just didn't need. But that doesn't mean that it's going to stop completely. It just means that I'm going to try to rein it in a little bit more and be a little bit more conscious about my spending. However, we'll talk about that when this other stuff gets here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know. Comment below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. I'll take constructive criticism too. I'm probably don't take it as well as compliments, but I will take it. Just kidding. But yes, thank you guys so much. I do appreciate you. I appreciate all the sweet comments about how you enjoy my videos, and you guys just really make my day. When I read those, I'm like, I'm not doing this for nothing. And not that I'm doing it for any other reason than just pure joy and wanting to, but some days I'm like, does anybody really care if I make a video or not? And then I read a comment like that and I'm like, yeah, people do care, you know, because it's just a moment for us to take away from the world that's crazy like it is, and just check out for a second and just say, I'm gonna leave that just for a minute and I'm gonna do something fun. And playing with makeup is my something fun. So that's how I check out from reality for just a little bit. And so I'm glad I have friends that like to do that as well. So thank you guys again. I appreciate you so very much. I hope you are staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.